Hey, we're here setting up for a peak performance at Mercy College. The band sends us an input list, hopefully a couple weeks beforehand, but definitely a couple days beforehand. And it could be anything from vocal guitar or a 32 input setup with drums, bass, electronics, vocals. Today's setup was one of the bigger setups we've done. I was going to guide you through the process of what we do to split the signals and just record in our studio. So they gave us an input list of about 32 different instruments, starting with drums, bass, 2 guitars, 4 singers, and a bunch of electronic drum pad sounds. So we bring that all into the patch bay through 2 different snakes in our live room, which we'll get to. We're going through various different preamps on the desk here. If you want to just take a look here, they're labeled and what we used. I'm not so concerned with showing exactly what pre we used on everything, but you can probably see in the video we use these pre's as well. The interesting part about what we're doing today is we're splitting the signal via this digital snake here. This Behringer digital snake is going into the X32 via a very long Ethernet cable all around into the other room. The reason we're able to do that is because we designed the patch bay for half normaled patch points. So we can come out of the mic pre's into this digital snake, go into a redundant system, but the mic pre's are still feeding our Pro Tools systems here. So I'll repeat that just one more time. So let's say we have a kick drum coming in channel 1, A1. That goes into Focusrite channel 1, into the preamp. I can take this cable right here, this one, and plug it into input 1 on this digital snake, and then we'll see it on our X32 in the other room, which we will look at in a second. But I'll also still get the kick drum into our HD system because it's normaled into that. So that's the half normal setup. And you can change that on the front of the patch bay if it's not set that way, though it usually will be. So that's why there's 32 cables here coming off the patch bay going into this digital snake. What's cool is, like I said, it's one digital snake cable going all the way around. There's a bit of patching just because we have a couple different mic panels in the room, so we had to use 2 of them. But most of the signals were just normaled from the A panel into their preamps, and the same thing with the B panel, normaled into their preamps. And we just had to patch the last 9B. We got creative with the SPD drum pad. We wanted to use this pre for that, so we had to run that into a molt because we couldn't take advantage of the half normal setup because that was in a different spot on the patch bay, so we used a molt for that. Ask your Professor Steve Lucera what a molt is. And then we did a cool thing with the lead vocal. We put that into the preamp, and then from the preamp we went into the LA2A here. And because, again, the way the patch bay is designed, we had to molt out the LA2A to go back into Pro Tools as well into the X32 snake. So then the last thing in here is this headphone system. We have a hearback system in this room. This is the Behringer 16-channel headphone system. So if you notice, I have 16 cables coming off the patch bay, TT to TRS into the back of this unit, and that feeds a bunch of these Behringer headphone systems. So let's take a look at that. So each of these would be at a station for the singers or any musicians, and we can map out 16 different channels, which is very nice for a live band. So if you want more lead vocal, you can just turn that up or down. And that's that. You can see the live setup in here. We actually just finished the performance, so most of it's been taken down instrumentation-wise, but we have drums mic'd up, some guitars and bass, some vocals. There were some keyboards that lived here. The DJ mic lives here. DJ mic lives over here. And then here, lastly, we have a redundant multi-track system. So Ryan or whoever else is running sound, we're running sound for the speakers in the room. So there's some vocals and some keyboards that come through that. So someone's mixing the live sound from in here on this X32. It's coming in, all those channels are coming in on this one Ethernet cable, which is very cool. And there's some setup you have to do for that inside the X32. But the cool thing is the X32 will hook up to a Pro Tools laptop and record all the same inputs into this system. And the cool thing is we're still using our pre's. We're coming out line level from our pre's into the digital snake. Ryan doesn't have to adjust the gains on these at all, and he can mix the show and as well as record multi-track. So if Pro Tools dies or has a glitch in Studio A, we still have a backup recording here, or vice versa. If he loses signal here, we have it in the other room. So thanks for watching.